Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Mr. Adinwa, and in today's tutorial we're going to be creating this project, animated navigation with cards. So as you can see, when we click on any of the tab, uh, we can see some experience of animation in the project. So, and also look at this box. When we click on any of the tab, it moves according to where we clicked. So, as you can see, it moves. When I click on apps, you see it comes back. So we're going to be learning how to move that this box according to where we click. And also, if you take a look at the card, each time we toggle the tab, the card scale up with smooth transitions. So we're going to be learning how to do that in React.js. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please guys, endeavor to do so. Also leave your comment and like this tutorial. Guys, liking this tutorial will contribute a lot. It will encourage me the more and also encourage me to post more content on web development. Please, guys, like, subscribe, and also comment. So let's get to the tutorial without wasting time. So let's start by creating a new project. So I'm going to create a folder here and let's call it animated navigation, and we open it. So let's open a new terminal and let's use nps create react app dot forward slash to create a new React application within our folder. So happy hacking. So we are done creating the application. So let's open src folder and delete some of the file we don't want. So we don't want this one, we don't want this one. Let's delete it. Now let's open index.js and delete this and this. Let's open index.css and delete everything. App.css will delete everything also. App.js will delete this. And let's rename app.js to app.jsx so that we can have code subjections. And let's create data.js. Data.js. So here I have the data we're going to be making use of. So let me just copy it and paste it here. So you just having ID, group, or image, so we have group web, app, UI, US, and all of that. So you can just create something like this. It just six of them here with images, just random images from Google. So we can just pick any image from Google and just make use of it there. So let's um, create a component called nav tabs. So let's create index.js and create nav tabs.css. So let's generate our component and import the CSS file. So navtab.css. Now let's pass the props we're going to be making use. So we're going to be making use of tabs and on change. So let's import our nav tabs here from nav tabs. Okay, so let's include it within the app, and we're going to pass in the tabs and the on change. So we import our data first. Let's import data. So all right. So in order for you to be able to get the tabs, let's create a function that we uh get the names of groups, unique names of the groups, and turn it to a tab. So we're going to map through the data, and we are going to say if uh not let's say not tabs that include. So if the tab does not include the group name, we are going to push in the group name into the tabs. Understand? So let's return the tab here. Let's return the tabs. So let's pass in get tabs here. And on change, let's just pass in this empty function. So let's console log tabs here and see what it carries. So let's start the application using npm start. Okay, so the application has loaded, and let's inspect it. Let's see our console. Oh no, it got a function. Something is wrong somewhere. So let's go back to app.js and okay, the function. So you see it. This is our tabs. So we have our tabs uh, in our nav tabs component. So we have it now. Let's write general CSS, our general CSS code before we continue with the nav tabs. So in here, in our universal selector, any style we write here will affect every element in our application. So box size and border box, let's create some variable here that we can make use of in other places. So this is a gradient. So anytime I want to create this kind of gradient, I don't need to write it again. I'll just use the variable name. Also, let's create transition so that anytime I want to create, use this transition, I don't need to be writing the transition code anymore. I'll just use what I have here. Also, the color primary, we'll use the variable. Now let's style the body. The minimum height should be 100 viewport height. So whatever be the height of the screen will be the height of the body. All right. So give it a background and we give it a color of white. Now let's style the image. So every image should have a width of 100% and minimum height of 100%, and object fit should be covered. So this will cause our image to fit in very well. And our BTN, so just make sure you write the same thing you see here so that you end up having the same result. And as well, you can uh, experiment. You can experiment with the codes here just to gain better understanding. So we are done. Now let's write the mockup for our nav tab. So let's just change this to nav first, and let's give it a class name of nav tabs. So here we're going to map through our tabs. Let's map through it, and we're going to output it on a button. All right. So just first of all, we write the name, give it a key, and we pass in the index so that it will be unique. We have to be able to understand it. So we are going to create this use ref. We're going to pass in an array. So we're going to create arrays. This reference will be an array. So let's do it this way. All right. Okay. So we are going to also pass in on click. So here we are going to uh, return on change. All right. So now let's also create active and state active. So this is the state. What we're going to do here is when a user clicks on the button, we are going to pass in the position properties of that correct button that the user clicked on. So let's output active and let's see. Can you see? So we have the positioning from the top, from the bottom, the width, the height, and all of that. So we have it here. So we also let's use effect and pass in the element as a dependency. So we also at default when the component just load, we'll just pass in the width and height of the first element. All right. So also we're going to respond with the text within the first button, change. So let's get the value. Let's console log a value here. Let's see what the value it is returning for us. Let's see. So you see by default it is all. So when we click, you see it returns the text each of the button contain. All right. So here, let's write the styling for our nav tabs. So let's wrap. Let's wrap. All right. So let's type the button. Please, guys, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you like this video. Also, share the video and drop your comments. Please, guys, support me by doing this. If you want more content on web development, subscribe to Mr. Adinoba. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. So keep on writing our code. So here, let's create indicator. That is that indicator that moves whenever we click on any button. So let's create the indicator here right now, and we're going to style it. We're going to style the indicator now. So let's style it. All right. Or getting there should be 0. Border radius 10 pixel. Transition. Let's say 0. Okay, that's 0.4 second. Although we would have passed the transition from the other side we declared, but let's just use this. All right. So uh, now let's use inline styling here. So say left, we have our active. So active.left. So this will make sure that this indicator is at the current position of the button that's being clicked. You understand? So the width will also be the width of the button that is being clicked. The height will also be the height of the button that is being clicked. So look at it now, you see, it moves to the position of the button that is being clicked. So this is just how it works. You understand? This is how it works. Okay. So uh, as you can see, we need to do one more thing, which is we are going to move. Let's move it to the bottom, to the center. I need to say by using justified content center. So you see it is on the center right now. Moving forward, we let's go to the GSX. So here we're going to create a function that will get the project based on the current selected tab. So we create this function called setPro and we pass in the group. So let's just have it here. So let's console log group and let's see the value it contains. Understand? So let's see. Synthetic. So you see it, see the value of group. So we can make use of this value now to determine what will be displayed. So first of all, let's create a state called projects. So we're going to be assigning our projects to this guy. So first of all, let's pass in the data by default. So all the data will be passed to it by default. So if group is equal to all, we are going to set, let's return state. I set project, I mean to say data. But then if it is not true, we are going to filter our data and assign the appropriate one that matches the tab, the current tab. You understand? So we'll set the new project here. Okay, so next, let's create a project container. So here we're going to look through our projects. Let's look through the projects here. Uh, so we are destructuring. So we are going to let's give this guy a class name of project item. Project item. And let's give it a key. And so let's create this will be for the image, just as an image container. And the title, let's output the title here. Next, let's output the buttons. So we have buttons container, project button. So first of all, we are going to, this button is for GitHub, for visiting the GitHub. And the second button will be for the demoing, the live demo. All right, so now let's go and style this in our app.css. So first of all, let's style the app class. And all right, so we're using display grid. So let's move on. Let's keep on styling it till we get what we want. So make sure you just follow the same step we have here, and you will arrive at the same result with me. And let's give the border radius should be 2 rem. Okay, with the transition. Okay, and the image now gonna reduce 1.5 rem, height to 30, h3, which is our title, styling in it. Okay, and the buttons container, project item buttons, display it as place, align items, center, justify content should be space between. All right, now let's write responsive code. So when it is on now, we'll 1000, we do this, 600, we'll reduce it to be just 1 and 1 rem gap. So we're done with this. Let's see. Oh no, I think something is wrong somewhere. This thing is not displaying very well. Let's check up the GSS. Okay, no S here. Still there's a problem. Let's come back here. Oh, there is X here. It's not supposed to be. There's not supposed to be X in project item. So let me remove all the X in project item. Yeah. So this is what we have. This is what we have here. You see, we can switch and project that correspond only to the tab, the active tab will appear. Now, the next thing we want to do now is to add the animation. So if we go straight and add an animation, we are going to have issue with that. So that, which is why we want to create loader. We're going to be using this loader to load our application. Sorry, to load our animations. So so that the animation will play each time we switch tab, a tab. So we say set timeout, we use 600 millisecond. Okay, so we say set loader here will be false. So after 600 millisecond, our loader will be false. So let's pass our project as the dependency. It's very important to pass the project as a dependency. So if loader, we're going to pass a class name zooming as nothing. So let's come here and create our animation. So first of all, we select project item that has the same class name with zoom in. We pass animation, animation name will zoom in 600 millisecond. As you can see, this 600 millisecond is the same with what I specified in the JavaScript. So we're creating our animation here. So scale 1. Now let's take a look at it. You see how it's working? Can you see that? Can you see that? So this is how simple it is. It's just very, very simple. And I hope you have learned a lot in today's tutorial. Please make sure you subscribe.